5th on the table. Let's check on the team news. A new coach, Jim Magilton, must have liked what he saw from Kevin Muscat's lineup last week, because he sticks with the same 4-3-3 formation and makes just one change in personnel, with captain Adrian Layer in for Peter Franjic, who drops to the bench. Layer not 100%, but he wasn't missing this game. Archie Thompson remains the main man up front and boasts 9 goals in 22 games against the Reds, including that famous 5 in the grand final of season 2. The joint top scorer for the Victory this season with Hernandez on 6 goals. John Carlos Solorzano set to see his first action since round 6. The visitors also make one change to their starting lineup, with Osama Malik preferred in the anchor role in the midfield diamond as Usukar drops to the bench. Sergio Van Dijk and Bruce Jitte continue up front, with Dario Vidicic in behind. He changed the last clash between these two as a half-time substitute at Etihad as it finished 1-1, and also scored the winner back in round 2 at Hindmarsh. He enjoys taking on the Victory. Melling, Ramsey and Usukar, the outfield options for John Kosmina. Well, it's the 3rd clash this season at a 3rd different venue. And Amy Park must feel like a home away from home for the Reds, who've won their last 3 games here, scoring 9 goals in the process. But with a new coach in charge, the Victory should be a new side tonight. Stand by for kickoff. It's coming up right after this. An overcast night in Melbourne, 18 degrees at the moment on Friday the 13th. A reminder to the Adelaide United fans and players of those 2 grand final victories for Melbourne down the years. Jim Magilton already having a positive effect around here. Everyone who's met him so far has loved his enthusiasm. The former Southampton and Ipswich Town star as a player, and then an Ipswich and QPR manager as well. Up against John Kosmina, whose last game in charge was that 6-0 result. First time around for the Reds, but second time around undefeated in 4 games. What a big night for Jared Gillett. Tough game to control historically. 123 yellows and 10 reds down the years between these two. And what about Harry Kuehl? Last time around against the Reds, it's no exaggeration to say he could have easily had a hat-trick, perhaps even more, but Eugene Galekovic was in inspired form, made some terrific saves, and that's why he's been the busiest goalkeeper so far this season. He's made 64 to top the charts so far as saves are concerned. Happy birthday, Lee Broxham. Friday the 13th, he turned 24 today. So the Victory back in their blue strip, get things underway. The crowd's into it, and Robbie Slater can't wait for it as well.
Well, it's a brilliant atmosphere. Stage is really set for both these teams. Adelaide doing well of late, unbeaten in 4 games. A real effect John Kosmina's had on this side, and he sticks to that same system. 4-4-2 narrow diamond. Early free kick. Malik, the player who's come in from Usukar, but Victory, interesting lineup again. 4-3-3, so much going forward.
Here's Hernandez making something happen for Allsop, cutting in. And now Hernandez is on, just overhit by Thompson. The Costa Rican Had his pocket picked in the end by Barbiero, but that was a half chance straight off the bat for the home team. Here they come again. Better combination that time around between Hernandez and Thompson. Now Broxham, the birthday boy, for Sheeny. Allsop timing his run. Goes to ground under the challenge from Golick, and the late flag prompts the whistle.
No, it's a good start from Victory. Come out, high tempo, intensity. Golick coming across, and just the raised arm probably made the referee's mind up. In fact, it was the referee's assistant that flagged for it. Referee was quite a distance from that, but Victory going forward, there is never a problem. But it's in transition. It'll be interesting to see in transition whether they defend more from the front. I'm talking about those four attacking players: Kuehl, Thompson, Allsop, and of course this man on the ball, Hernandez.
Forced to wait as Vargas dived near post. Now delivers, and it's all Reds in the middle, and Golick, who gave away the free kick, heads it away from the danger zone. Now Mullock, cut down pretty cynically by Grant Brebner, who gets an early talking to.
Yeah, Grant Brebner definitely late. Lucky that one's early in the game. You're looking 15 minutes from now, there'd probably be a yellow card. But they had the break on there. Vidicic, he's the one particularly to look at in the counter-attacking sense. If he's on his game, can be devastating from that position, just behind the front two. Poor touch from Golick.
Now, nervy start from Golick, who was part of a Sydney FC team that won against Melbourne on his starting debut in the Hyundai A-League under John Cosmina. Cosy giving Golick a start, a long-awaited start for the Reds a couple of weeks ago, and he was a 2-0 winner on that night too. Big switch from Brebner out to Allsop. He was inspired last night, and he started last week rather. He started really well tonight. What about the challenge from Mullen? Saying yesterday it's a fixture all Adelaide boys want to play in, and he put himself into that one. Lovely link up, Van Dijk and Vidicic. And Broxham stuck to the task.
Yeah, it's great work from Broxham covering there, but Vidicic's got to be a little bit stronger there. That was a good opportunity. Now for Victory, very important is the fullbacks. They're playing against the narrow diamond. Barbiero and Caravella, not natural wide players, will tuck in that narrow diamond. It does possibility to release the fullbacks. Fabio in particular, that's a push in the back from Broxham. And Adelaide, you just feel they're going to have to wait. They'll be calm in this early storm. There's the foul there, and that's the challenge actually from Mullen. Wasn't a foul, had to be perfectly timed, it was.
There's been a lot of debate, hasn't there, about two-footed challenges, but that time around he showed wonderful technique, keeping the back foot grounded. You've got to love the noise coming through from Amy Park. Here's Carlos again. He's the overhit for Allsop. Plenty of balls coming down this right-hand side already from the Victory. Do you think they fancy themselves Allsop against Golick tonight?
Well, Golick actually is a central defender playing in that position, doing a job, and it might be somewhere that they might target. He's been pretty good for them since coming in though, Golick. Even got himself a goal.
Mullock just slipped as he tried to farm that one out to Watson. Now Kuehl, Thompson is onside. He's going to be one-on-one with Galekovic. Archie Thompson, back off the post. Well, the crowd thought that was in for sure.
Well, it's a save. I think Galekovic gets something on that. What a pass and vision from Harry Kuehl, but also a brilliant run. Archie Thompson staying on side because he bent his run cleverly.
Galekovic again coming up big for the Reds. How often have we said that down the years? The former Victory man, of course. Now Kuehl trying to create once more. Great feat from Harry. And the finish! Archie didn't waste the lead up that time. Put it down to Harry Kuehl. And the change of coach syndrome, you betcha. 1-0 to the Victory.
Well, it's quite brilliant play from Harry Kewell. He gets a little bit lucky. John Kosmina may be asking a question of his defenders, but no question on the quality of the delivery from Harry Kewell. He shapes the cross here, and then he's taking on Cameron Watson. Now here, Caravella as well. That's not hard enough for me, but what about this for a ball in? It's just saying to Archie Thompson, there you go, my son, fill your boots.
Wonderful from Kewell, who tore the Reds to ribbons last time around. Could have had a hatful of goals, didn't score that side, but with the new coach in charge, the wheel, well, it's not being reinvented, but it may well have turned for the victory.
Well, I guess the importance when you're dominating, and they've dominated early, only 6-7 minutes gone, but the writing was on the wall. Earlier chance off the post. It was a good save from Galekovic and a one-on-one with Archie Thompson, but I think John Kosmina will be asking questions of Caravella and Cameron Watson.
Now Golick at the other end, and up and under that Kovic, with great communication over the top of this crowd, called his defenders out of it. Kewell on again from Fabio. He could so easily have had an assist, Harry Kewell, a minute earlier. He has got it now for Archie Thompson. Two Socceroos teammates, been to World Cups together in the past. Golfing buddies in the last few months, have a wonderful understanding, and once Kewell beat his men, Thompson was just waiting for the poacher's effort, wasn't he?
Well, we know all about going forward. Well, now 4 with Allsop playing as well. But it is in Adelaide in transition. If they can utilise the spaces they might give you.
Touch off Bogard, but Archie still able to get on the end of it. Kewell finding Hernandez again. Just closed down by a wall of red shirts. Nice link-up play from Barbiero. Now Golick, Jite, handy toe in there from Leia. The quick passing in midfield. In your interview pre-game, Magilton said, I came through the Liverpool youth system and it was a great learning curve.
Well, that's the way he played the game. He was a very, very good passer of the ball, particularly short passer, one touch and give. Certainly wasn't a play that ran with the ball.
Closing down Golick, and little touch on the way back out. So Allsop thought he'd won it, and I'm pretty sure the assistant gave it that way, but the ref overruled.
They're just looking for a bit of movement there. Jite and Van Dijk. Van Dijk, I don't think has touched the ball yet, but Golick had his head up there, and there was a little movement in front of him. I think when Golick's deep and has the ball, I think Barbiero can come onto the touchline. It's not where he wants to play, but just give that bit of a width, because as he stayed there inside, he cut the path for a ball possibly into the feet, and it was Bruce Jite on offer. If he comes out and hugs the touchline when Golick comes inside like that, he opens that channel up.
Van Dijk waits on the edge of the area, but the throw's not going to get there. Big night for Osama Malik to try and make that position his own, given the chance ahead of Usakar tonight. So Kosmina must like what he sees on the training ground.
Oh, he's got a big job as well, Carlos Hernandez. He'll be switched on.
The Reds have the first corner of the game. Fashini forced to concede under the pressure of Barbiero. Isn't it a great sight here as darkness descends at Amy Park? Vidicic just teasing one to the near post, and well, it's going to be a goal kick to the victory. A little fortunate. Ante Kovic must have had an air swing here.
Well, it's a good delivery from Vidicic, and there's so many bodies in there that Kovic just couldn't come for it. It all started off brilliantly for Melbourne victory. Archie Thompson is onside, he's level, and he gets in front. Perfect delivery, great work from Harry Kuehl. Here, he goes inside, outside, good feet there. A little bit easy from Caravella, and he picks out Archie Thompson.
What about the crowd? As soon as Harry got into the area, they knew something was on. They were up on their feet already. Look at the hunger. Brebner and Layer trying to get there first, ahead of Jitte. And Magilton loving what he's seeing as well, up out of his chair, encouraging the captain, who's far from 100%. Most thought he'd missed tonight with that groin problem that's kept him out of the last 3 games, but he told the coach he was ready to go. Sent off against the Reds, of course, back in round 2. A couple of yellow cards. Golick just invited Allsop into the challenge, did well to ride it too. He was tagged there by the victory striker. Van Dijk, the hold-up man. He wants handball against Vargas, but nothing doing.
Well, he might have had a case as well, but it's a big job for Jitte and Van Dijk, and great duel between those two. Layer and Vargas.
Very nearly rolling Mullen there. Fabio right into that challenge and able to keep it in too. Now Hernandez with only Thompson ahead of him, and he's nigh on found him too, trying to dink one over Mullen, who did well to backtrack just in time. One thing the victory players got to guard against at the moment is flying into these challenges and maybe mistiming one. They're right up for it. Vision from Mullock. Now Caravella. Always busy when he's on the ball. Through to Van Dijk. Now Jitte. Back to the former Gold Coast man. Look at the space out there for Watson. It's going to get to him eventually through Barbiero. Delivery on the left's not bad. Van Dijk arriving. And Kovic did just enough to put him off right at the death.
Yeah, come a little bit late, Kovic. It's a decent ball in. Watson was out there for a long time, isolated. Van Dijk's brave. He goes in there and he gets there first, and Kovic has done enough.
Because the goal was scored not long after, we haven't had a chance to see Thompson hitting the post very early in this game, and it came from Kuehl's through ball.
That was a great run, diagonal run from inside to outside, and Kuehl picks him out. Gets it back on his right foot. Well, that's a good save. Good save from Galekovic with his feet.
Well, Harry's beaten 2 men again. Carlos couldn't make it stick for the victory. Now Barbiero.
Carlos Hernandez had a difficult start. His touch seems to have been off in this opening 15 minutes, which is rare that you say that about him.
Big switch from Mullen. It's cut out by Foschini. Jitte the target here. Tigers wanted a high boot against Jitte, but it's play on. Gillett letting this game flow.
It's complicated, that one. Hernandez had a simple ball back to Fashini, keep possession. Had 3 players on him. Adelaide back into the game a lot more now.
Chance for Golick. Nice first touch. Caravella, Van Dijk and Jitte. The Dutchman trying to leave it for the Socceroo. Victory proving tough to puncture tonight. And they get the whistle there. That time Jitte penalised.
Yeah, but they are inviting pressure on them, and a narrow diamond just outnumbering Victory in the middle of the park there. That's where you can get some joy against them. It's really the only 2 defensive players in that midfield for Melbourne are Brebner and Broxham, so it's a big job for them this evening. But Adelaide certainly putting a foothold in this game now.
Van Dijk finding Jitte. It's a tough one for Vidicic to control. It's confirmation of what you're on about, Robbie. 81% possession for the Reds in the last 5 minutes. No joy, though, in really testing Kovic.
No, and that's the thing to point to is in the final third, it's been really in the middle third they've had that dominance in the middle of the park.
Allsop, who'd have slipped at the key moment. Foot got stuck in the ground, and then to rub it in, he's the one who's given away the free kick.
Again, just struggling. It's an unforced error from Danny Allsop. Quite often happens, that sort of thing, when you've been chasing. You just saw the possession. It's a lot of defensive work, and then when you win the ball, no legs. That's good work from Adelaide in the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Barbiero. Hernandez just letting him know he's around. Three wins and a draw out of the last 4 head-to-head for the Reds, and Barbiero scored 2 of his 6 A-League goals in those 4 games. Here he is again. Might fancy it too. Got through to Van Dijk almost by default, and Hernandez back with a challenge. A few fans applauding that. They don't see it too often from the Costa Rican.
Yeah, but as soon as they win possession, they give it away. Hernandez right back in his, really nearly on his 18-yard box.
Watson being left alone. Fabio got across. A heavy touch by the Reds right back, let him in.
Great work from Fabio. Should have done better though, Cameron Watson.
Big counter on. As Kuehl sprays one to Archie Thompson. Going to do well to keep this in and make something happen, and he did just that.
Nice first, very good vision from Kuehl. Probably just overhit the pass. Archie Thompson did so well there to win a throw-in. He's got his head up, and that's the danger. Adelaide with all the possession, but they can hit you very easily on the counter-attack with that attacking trio.
Turn from Fashini. Now Brebner with some time. Well worked by the Victory because they were under pressure initially. Fashini's delivery.
Oh, it's a nothing ball from a nothing area. Fashini not confident at all at the moment.
Allsop won it back after Mullock let it bounce. Looks like Broxham and Brebner enjoy playing together, don't they? And they provide that base for the front 4 to go to work.
Well, they're going to have a big job tonight. We've already seen that in the last 5 to 10 minutes.
Lovely ball from Thompson. Hernandez! Just wide on the volley. The Reds wanted a flag, but it was play on for the Costa Rican.
Oh, he's so unlucky. It's great play from Danny Allsop. Checks inside here, and he lays this ball. There's the run of Hernandez from deep. Little ball, he's onside. Hernandez, difficult, takes that, coming over his shoulder. So difficult to get a good contact on that, and just screws it a little bit wide.
Fabio again just stepping out on Watson. He's been given some thorough examinations, hasn't he, Fabio? The past few rounds, particularly by Ivan Franjic back on New Year's Eve. So far, so good tonight, though. Now he gives Archie Thompson one to chase. Mullen let it bounce. Archie got a foot in. Goes to grab theatrically, but the ball was long gone, and the referee says play on despite the cries from the stands.
Now, I think whatever happens there, the key is, and you just said it, the ball had gone, well gone. I'm sure if he was falling over already, there seemed to be some contact.
Now Caravella just can't get past Foschini. Again, strong in the challenge. And every victory player has been tonight.
It's good work from Foschini. Hasn't looked that confident going forward, but that was good defensive work. Ball. This is Mullen. And there, well, Mullen was falling. I don't think there's anything in that.
It's almost like we saw last week involving Adelaide United, wasn't it? When Matt Smith gave away a penalty when his body was out of control, but he let Thompson in by letting it bounce, which is always risky for a centre-half.
Defenders, you don't let the ball bounce anywhere on the park, particularly in that sort of area. You let the ball bounce, you're just inviting trouble.
Allsop can use Foschini if he likes, or use him as a decoy. Thompson tried to let it run for Broxham. Brebner penalised there. The studs up. Fans thought he won the ball, but the ref wants a word with the veteran Scott.
They're sliding up in with the studs up. I think that's clearly a foul. Mightn't be a foul in the championship.
Well, Jim Magilton used to run around the middle of the park as well when he was playing with you. Was he prone to that kind of challenge, or even more wholehearted?
No, Jimmy couldn't tackle a three-course dinner. He was more of a passer of the ball.
Now Hernandez showing the studs, but Golick good enough to ride the challenge. Good vision from Danny Allsop. Kuehl immediately looking up, surveying the options. Delayed it for Allsop, beautifully picked out. Danny Allsop tried to drive it near post. What about the opportunity fashioned by Harry Kuehl again? It's going to be a corner.
Well, Kuehl, absolutely brilliant play, perfect delivery. First touch lets him down at Danny Allsop. He doesn't get it out in front of him enough. Brilliant vision. Look, he's already looked up. He's seen the run of Allsop, picks him out. There's the poor touch. Touch needed to be further out in front of him. It's a poor effort in the end.
John Cosmina was worried about Harry Kuehl heading into this one. He said he really found form last week. It was his best game so far since returning to the A-League, said Cosy.
No, well, Harry had hardly touched the ball for the last 5 to 10 minutes.
Hernandez delivery, chance for Leia, kept the shot down well, but it was blocked. The goal-bound effort, now Broxham throwing himself around. Hernandez got lucky with the ricochet, and they get another corner.
Well, this one was certainly on target. Just too many bodies. Archie Thompson was just behind Daniel Mullen. Hernandez's delivery wasn't the best, even though it turned out sort of half a chance.
Hernandez, better delivery that time. It was Kuehl trying to flash home the header at the near post. And you said Kuehl's been a little quiet in the last 10 minutes or so, but in this game, 26 minutes old, he could easily have had 3 assists already.
Well, he's been crucial. And when I say he's been quiet, it's only because they haven't got the ball to him. And when you see someone in form like that, and he obviously is, as you said, he could have had 3 assists, just get the ball to him.
Van Dijk. Barbiero just on the back foot, wasn't really expecting it. Now Golik's delivery through to Vidicic. Did well to tee up Watson, who's never scored in the A-League. So why he's trying to shoot from that kind of range is what his teammates are asking.
Well, I think he's got every right to shoot, but when you shoot, you've got to believe you're gonna score. He just felt there as the ball dropped to him, and it dropped nicely to hit on the volley. He never had that belief that he was going to score. It was nicely cushioned down from Vidicic.
Kuehl winning headers now. Broxham. His men over down the right. Fashini, now Allsop. Trying to bend one. And Galekovic, a little worried about it in flight, but knew he could let it go in the end. It's been a masterclass at times from Harry Kuehl tonight. Setting up Archie Thompson for an early chance, then delivering an assist as Archie went near post, and then just the hold up. He waited and waited, used Hernandez and Thompson as decoys earlier, and teed up Danny Allsop too. Now Jitte. Strong work against the couple. Trying to get goal side of Leia. Easier said than done. Barbiero, though, with time.
Sitting very deep. Barbiero with time on the ball. Just need to move it a little bit quicker, Adelaide.
Layer on Jitte. What a contest. Layer instructing Allsop to pass it back to his keeper, but he saw Van Dijk lurking. Beautiful control, Hernandez. Thompson hadn't set off reading that pass.
Yeah, we should have gone the other way. He had Grant Brebner just completely unmarked beside him, who would have been able to play Harry Kuehl. They're very right-sided at the moment, Victory. When Harry Kuehl gets the ball, he's dangerous. They're playing very much to this right-hand side where Fashini and Allsop are seeing a lot of the ball. Very much in a counter-attacking sense, because really it's Adelaide dominating possession.
Well played by Fabio. Thompson timed his run again there. Just onside. And now Harry Kuehl. Almost tried to bounce that over a defender. It worked out. It's all very narrow again, and the Reds able to push out. Pretty quiet in the red corner, the travelling fans, but they turned it around at Etihad in the last clash after being played off the park in the first half. Layer again, getting a foot in ahead of Jitte, and that'll be last touch.
They're working so hard. Look, see, Danny Allsop is right-sided in this 4-3-3, and he's doing most of his running in the middle third. I really want him trying to receive the ball further up the pitch. And just when they're outnumbering him there, you just need Carlos Hernandez to drop in there and just fill a space even. No, he's not great defensively. That's not what he's good at, and he needs to do a job when he's defending.
And Archie Thompson sitting on the last defender tonight. He leads the league in offsides, but he's timing his run so far this evening. Victory, content to let the Reds come to them. It's a poor ball on Mullen. Tough to pick out Barbiero with that kind of pass. Hernandez, clever pass, allowing Allsop to run onto it. Now Harry wants it played to the back post. He's skipping around saying, "Do you see me?" And eventually he ran into a brick wall, Danny Allsop.
Harry Kewell frustrated. The ball should have gone to him. And to be fair, look, Danny Allsop has his attributes, but probably vision and range of passing is not one of them. He's certainly got others, and I think he just didn't see him. Certainly didn't have the ability to pick him out. Kewell was in acres of space.
Kovic set Kewell a real task there, but he was good enough to win the flick on. Little nutmeg from Barbiero. Sliding challenge from Hernandez. Brebner down the line to Archie Thompson. Unable to keep it in. Jim Magilton just trying to tweak a few things on the run. Adelaide have 57% of possession at the moment, so as he's been making the point, that's what he wants to see change. He wants to see his home team on the ball more. Here come the Reds though. Caravella almost through to Golic. Breaks for Zen and Caravella. Now Jitte, where he likes it to roll a defender. Might have thought about going down there too. And in the end, the left foot shot is dragged wide, but there were challenges flying in, weren't there?
Well, it's just enough to smother him, really. He was trying to work half a yard, ends up getting the shot on, but had to rush it, little back lift on it. The first challenge came in, then Caravella held it up, that was Fascini. And then it's just numbers really keeps him out. Vargas first, Brebner was there. But if you sit so deep and invite pressure, and that's the sort of thing that can happen.
How risky was that Vargas challenge, though, diving in from behind on Jitte, who was facing away from goal. Again, the Reds can just work it out from the back pretty comfortably.
Well, the narrow diamond's doing its job, isn't it? Because Harry Kewell stays wide and Allsop on the right-hand side stays wide. And they can just play little balls into Caravella or Barbiero.
Great vision, Brebner. Now Hernandez trying to kill it through. Archie Thompson, Galekovic game, and it's going to require the clearance from Mullen in the end. Well, Archie Thompson very close to number 2.
Yeah, it's not a convincing finish, not his best. Great ball there into Hernandez. First time into the feet of Archie Thompson. And then really just doesn't get enough on that. I think maybe he might try and go around him, but credit Galekovic, who stayed big and asked a question of Archie Thompson.
Magilton still appreciating that first-time ball from Hernandez as he went across to take the corner. Delivery's a lot better, but it favours Bogart at the back post. Back into the mix, it has to be a flag. And eventually there was against Ronnie Vargas.
Archie Thompson could have had a hat-trick. 2 one-on-ones now with Galekovic. Galekovic did so well there. Just asked a question of Archie's, are you good enough to beat me? He stayed big. Brilliant ball from Hernandez.
Barbiero. Big switch out to Watson. Again, Fabio got there first.
Yeah, it was in the air a long time, so he had plenty of time to readjust. Fabio there, just got a nick on that to take it away from Watson.
Watson just waiting for Bogart to get into position for the long throw. Not enough on it though. Bogart crying out for handball against Brebner there, but the break's on for the victory. And Thompson able to get past Mullock. He's got Hernandez in the middle, Archie Thompson. And Mullock came again right at the key moment. Another wasted opportunity for the victory.
Yeah, I think Archie Thompson, he just gets caught in two minds whether to go to goal or try to find Hernandez. Mullock dives in and Thompson's on his way, and then he's got a decision to make. That touch takes him a little bit too wide. I think he's waiting for Carlos Hernandez to make a run. I think he's got to make a run towards the knee post there.
Corner played short for Broxham. He's had a couple of sniffs tonight for his second A-League goal, Lee Broxham. Might want to look at that one again on the replay. Paul Scholes, he is not from that sort of corner situation. Took it away from Van Dijk to keep the victory on the front foot. Now Harry Kuehl, see what he's trying to do, bend it for that far corner.
Well, got his head up, Kolekovic slightly to his right-hand side. You can see what he was trying to do. Victory's so dangerous on the counter-attack. They're sitting back on the halfway line. They are inviting pressure, which I think is dangerous, but it's certainly working out for them in the sense of their counter-attacking, and Adelaide have been caught square a number of occasions, 7 shots to 3, and more importantly 4 on target for victory.
But they haven't won a second half this season, the victory, and you think of all the chances they've had. They want the 3 points tonight. They could easily have been 2 or 3-0 up. Will it come back to haunt in the second half? Here's Caravella. And going to ground, again, half-hearted cries for handball against Vargas. And Caravella has to settle for the corner in the end.
There was a lot of bodies as he tried to cut that one back. Again, they had a 3-on-2 and they managed to work Caravella into a good area. It's just that final ball.
Great scenes here at Amy Park. Victory fans in fine voice. Now the Reds fans hoping to get excited, but nothing doing from the corner.
No, it's a poor ball. Dario Vidicic tried to hit that one with the lasers. Didn't get it in the air at all. And they've certainly got arguments in there on set pieces, so you need to get your delivery right.
Vidicic is trying to beat Fabio with the first touch. Not happy though with the service from Watson. Well, they've got plenty of energy, ready to go for the second half, but have their team got it? It's been an issue that Jim Magilton will want to sort out, hasn't it? Fitness levels of the Melbourne Victory and being able to go on with things in the second half.
Well, it's been definitely a worry for them, and I guess we're going to find out, aren't we, whether that transpires again.
Kolekovic waiting and waiting as Thompson closed in.
just a snapshot there, and you just wonder if Victory did press higher up the pitch instead of sitting off and always going for the counter-attack. I guess they would point to the fact that the number of occasions they've made.
And maybe they've looked at those stats that point towards poor second halves and said you've got to pick your moments when you press. Save the energy a little bit.
Well, they haven't pressed high at all in this first half. They've been so effective on the break.
Kuhl just trying to pick the pocket of Mullock. Now Jitte going out to their right wing for the first time this evening, really. Fabio coming again, but it broke for Barbiero. Caravella inventing the pass with the head to Van Dijk. Now Barbiero again, closing down by Allsop. And Kuhl was just trying to launch the counter-attack through Hernandez. Advantage played here after Brebner's late challenge. We might see more about that because Caravella's still down and Brebner's already had a warning. Caravella back to his feet, but in some pain, so the Reds thinking about playing on. Here comes the card for Brebner.
Well, I said very early in the game, might have been the first minute or the second minute, it was a similar tackle late. Because it was so early, he didn't get a yellow card, but this one, the referees remembered the first one. Can't have too many complaints about that around Brebner.
It's an interesting situation because the ball never went out of play and Caravella wasn't injured with a head injury type situation, so the Victory players are saying, why the whistle?
And it's a valid point. Caravella was up. Could have always come back at any when the ball went dead. He surely can't give a free kick, can he?
Well, they'll have to have a drop ball.
Caravella will have to go up.
But it was getting to a farcical situation, wasn't it? Where they were all just standing around looking at each other and the referee said, right, I'll blow it up, give the card and we'll get on with this eventually. And here comes the drop ball.
He's going to contest this. Well, they're certainly not going to give him the ball back in the same area. They're going to drop. If they give it back, he's going to go right the way back. And that's clever. So really the referees territorially punished them.
And Galekovic in the end, after the ball from Kuhl, almost had that Theocritos moment from last season, handling it outside the area, but it's now play on for the Reds, near enough to the final third. Risky ball by Barbiero. Thompson couldn't quite pounce. Van Dijk, nice turn away from Leia. That's why they finally switched things up. They've told Van Dijk to have a go against Leia. Jitte got no change out of him. Kuhl again, wonderful vision. Hernandez right through the middle of Archie once more. Thompson, Bogard coming again. Stays in for Kuhl though. Thompson again, Allsop. They've all had a touch here, the front four. Hernandez wins a corner in the end.
What a tackle. Again, the counter-attack. Archie Thompson away. We've seen him do this little skill. Comes back on his right, shapes to shoot, then goes back down on his left. Bogard, brilliant defending.
One minute of stoppage time being played at the end of the first half. Is there a final flourish from the Victory? Near post was Vargas. Last touch was Jitte, according to he, but not the officials who say goal kick.
Well, someone got a touch on Jitte because he stayed down, holding his face.
Here's another look at it. Vargas stooping. Unless it got a graze off Vargas' shoulder on the way back out, it's a corner.
I think that's maybe what happened, but Brucey certainly took a whack, didn't he?
It's like a boxer staggered by the uppercut. Just the ball flush on the mush. They don't tickle, do they? When they catch you front on, full on like that. Mind you, it'll sting a bit more if you're playing a fixture in the Northern Hemisphere at the moment. Jite went down with about 30 seconds left in stoppage time, so we might be heading towards about 2 minutes. No, 1.5 will do. Well, the victory, they've been pretty dominant in that first half, but only 1 goal to show for it. It came very early on too. Harry Kuehl was on fire, teed up Thompson, who wasted